James, at 28, carried a quiet strength, a stark contrast to his wife, Priscilla, a vibrant 25-year-old whose eyes still held the ghost of a past love. They had been classmates, and James's love for Priscilla had been a constant, silent force, a sun rising only for her. Yet, he could never confess it. Her heart belonged, fiercely and completely, to Max, the school bully, a magnetic figure who commanded attention and, heartbreakingly for James, Priscilla's mad devotion. Years after graduation, the world tipped on its axis. Max, the man Priscilla was preparing to marry, vanished, gone abroad without a single word. The abandonment shattered Priscilla. She plunged into a dark misery, contemplating the unthinkable. It was James who found her there, broken. He saw past the rejections she dealt him in school. His only impulse was to love and care for her. His parents, worth billions of naira, were furious. They had warned him repeatedly, their anger rooted in the memory of Priscilla's cold indifference. "Forget her, James. She doesn't deserve you," they pleaded. But James, driven by a deep, unwavering love, refused. "I am going to marry Priscilla. No one will stop me." In a final, furious ultimatum, his parents disowned him completely, cutting him off without a single cent. James married Priscilla anyway, ignoring the monumental sacrifice he had made. For 3 beautiful years, their life was a testament to James's fidelity. They were happy, a quiet, contented happiness born of his relentless devotion. But peace is a fragile thing, and when Max returned from abroad, it shattered. The old flame, the fiery, first love, roared back to life in Priscilla's heart. She began to treat James with a chilling disdain. Late nights turned into overnight absences. Dates with Max became a cruel routine. James tried everything, talking, pleading, but she was gone, lost in the memory of her first passion. His attempts were met with icy rejection and even slaps. Regret became James's constant companion. He remembered his parents' warnings, the lost fortune, the sheer scale of his sacrifice. "What have I done?" he thought, the question a searing brand on his soul. The final insult arrived one fateful afternoon. Priscilla brought Max home. "Max will be living with us from today," she declared, her face utterly devoid of empathy. "I bought this house with my company's money, and I have the final decision." James was evicted from their marital bed, relegated to the visitor's room, while the sounds of his wife and Max making love echoed through the house all night. This torment became James's life for years. He held on to a thread of hope, but his role devolved into that of a houseboy. He cooked, he cleaned, while Max and Priscilla reveled in their stolen happiness. Priscilla, whose company had become very successful, publicly humiliated him. "Look at him," she'd sneered to guests. "Ever earned a coin since we married? Useless as a dog. I only keep him to clean." She even made him wash Max's clothes and apologize to the bully on command. James, who had no friends because Priscilla forbade it, felt the full weight of his isolation. One morning, standing over a sink full of Max's dirty laundry, something snapped. I'm done with you, Priscilla, he whispered to the empty air. 3 years of marriage meant nothing. I'm leaving. While Priscilla was out with Max, James went to the visitor's room. From an old box he hadn't touched since the day he married, he pulled out a forgotten cell phone. He dialed a number. His father answered. "Dad," James choked out, the formality gone, the years of pride crumbled. "I am sorry. I regret everything. I should have listened to you and Mom. Please. I want to come home and be your son again." The relief, the forgiveness, was instantaneous. James packed his bags and left the house of his torment. The next day, Priscilla returned to a clean, quiet house and an empty visitor's room. James was gone. Panic set in, a chilling, ugly knot of fear replacing her contempt. James's homecoming was a celebration. Almost immediately, his parents introduced him to Purity, a beautiful, composed woman of 26. James recognized her instantly, a quiet, kind classmate from years past. "I tried everything to get close to you back then, James," Purity confessed, her eyes shining. "But you only saw Priscilla. For years, I waited, prayed, and hoped you would come back to me. Now, here you are. My prayers are answered. I won't let you go. I will treat you as the prince you are." Soon, the world was buzzing with news of the wedding between James, the billionaire's son, and Purity. Meanwhile, Max's true nature resurfaced. He began treating Priscilla with the cruelty of a bully. The physical abuse sent her to the hospital repeatedly. The regret she had so long held at bay finally surged through her. She ended the relationship, ordering Max out of her house. A few days later, her friends spoke excitedly of a high society wedding, a mandatory event for all the city's elite. Curious, Priscilla attended. She stepped into the venue, her eyes sweeping over the magnificent decorations, the crowd of dignitaries, until she saw the couple standing on the altar. It was James and Purity. "I lost him," she whispered to herself, the words tasting like ash. "I still love him." James married Purity that day. 2 years later, they welcomed a baby boy, living out a life of true and enduring happiness. Priscilla remained single, her prosperous company a hollow victory. She cried every day, realizing too late that she had thrown away the one man who had ever truly loved her. James and Purity lived happily ever after.